Hey fellow finance foodies! Welcome back to the channel where we turn financial struggles into a 5-star comedy feast. I'm your host Bucks Baxter, and today we're serving up another helping of money-munching, budget-busting, and credit card conundrums. Bon appetit, my broke but brilliant buddies. I tried to make a sandwich with my credit cards. Turns out the balance was too high in cholesterol. My bank account is like a salad, full of greens, but you're still hungry for more. I asked my financial advisor for a good recipe to cook the books. He didn't find it as amusing as my empty wallet. I bought a donut with my last dollar. It was a real spending spree hole experience. I thought about going on a seafood diet, but all I can afford is to see food and not eat it. I invested in a restaurant that only serves leftover ideas. It's called the Card Cuisine. I tried to turn my debt into a gourmet dish, but it just ended up being a bitter lonaise. My bank balance is like a bad date. It never picks up the tab and always leaves me unsatisfied. I applied for a loan to start a bakery. The bank said my credit wasn't donutty enough. I tried to microwave my wallet to make it liquid assets. Now it's just a melted mess. I asked the bank for financial advice. They told me to check please and never come back. I thought about investing in the stock market, but I prefer my soup with less volatility. I tried to spice up my budget, but now my financial situation is just a red curry sis. I made a budget, but it was more like a shopping list for disappointment. I tried to pay my bills with a smile. The electricity company was not amused. I bought a cookbook on discount. Turns out all the recipes required liquid assets I didn't have. I thought about going to a financial planner, but I realized they can't turn debt into dessert. My wallet is on a diet. It only eats air, and even that is getting expensive. I tried to turn my spare change into a gourmet meal, ended up with a nickel and dime sandwich. I invested in a restaurant that serves only forbidden fruit. It's called the Prohibited Pantry. I bought a money plant. Now I'm waiting for my investment to grow on me. I applied for a credit card, but they said my credit was more like a bad movie, declined. I tried to make a withdrawal from my emotional bank account. It bounced due to insufficient feelings. I thought about opening a bakery for introverts. The business plan was just quiet dough. I invested in a cookbook for astronauts. It's called the Zero Gravity Grub Guide. I tried to pay my rent with a joke. My landlord wasn't amused, but at least I'm still homeless and hilarious. I thought about investing in the spice trade, but it was too risky. I bought a fancy dinner with my credit card. Now I can't tell if I'm broke or just experiencing fine dining. I considered getting a loan for a new kitchen, but the bank said I needed more collateral damage. I tried to save money by eating my words. Now I'm on a verbal diet and my vocabulary is bankrupt. I tried to start a food blog, but it turns out broke and bespoke are not the same thing. I thought about becoming a chef, but my financial situation can only handle microwave mastery. I invested in a cookbook for magicians. The first recipe was how to make your savings disappear. I tried to turn my bills into a paper airplane. Now they're just bad investments in aviation. I applied for a loan to open a restaurant for cats. They said the market was already too catty. I considered a career in finance, but numbers don't add up when your wallet is full of subtraction signs. I thought about hosting a cooking show for broke people, the Ramen Rhapsody. I tried to pay my taxes in installments. They installed a pay up or else feature. I bought a diet cookbook, but it was so expensive I couldn't afford the lean part. I invested in a restaurant for athletes. It's called the Fast Food Sprint. I tried to make a financial salad, but all I had were lettuce be poor and debt dressing. I applied for a loan to start a bakery, but the bank said my business plan was half-baked. I thought about investing in a food truck, but my funds can only handle a wheelbarrow snack. I tried to pay my bills with a joke, but the collection agency had heard it before. They called it comedic evasion. I considered opening a restaurant for procrastinators. The slogan would be, "We'll get to your order eventually." I tried to turn my financial situation into a game. It's called monotony. The only currency is regret. I invested in a cookbook for clowns. The recipes were all circus-sized, but my wallet was fun-sized. I applied for a loan to open a restaurant for pirates. They said the concept was too sea-ratic. I thought about starting a cooking show for pessimists. It would be called The Half-Empty Plate. I tried to make a profit off my cooking skills, but all I got was a deficit soufflé.